Good morning, students. How are you? I hope all you are fine and studying well. I am Samir, and today I am going to teach you Social Science second semester, chapter number 5, India, Agriculture, Industry, and Transportations. So, in this lesson, you are going to learn about India in agriculture, in industry, and in transportations, where it plays now. So, students, for your ease, I divided this chapter into three parts. First is agriculture, second is industry, and third is transportations. We learn after one by one agriculture, industry, and transportation. So let's learn about the agriculture. So what are the agriculture cultures in India? So in this lesson you are going to learn about the agriculture and the different types of farming in India. So all you know about India is an agricultural country. India is an agricultural country. Around 70% of the people are engaged in agriculture activities. भारत एक खेती प्रधान देश है और भारत के 70% जो लोग हैं वो खेतीबाड़ी से जुड़ी हुई प्रवृत्ति में रुके हुए होते हैं, यानी खेतीबाड़ी करते हैं. And the agriculture, one more fact I want to tell you, the agriculture is the economical activity. Agriculture is the economical activity, and it is mentioned in economy that it is the primary sector of India. Agriculture is the primary sector of the India. That is why agriculture provided to the raw material to the industries and for the food and the other areas. That is why the prosperity of the country is based on development of the agriculture. So different types of crops are grown in India. Crops are grown are useful either or for food or for industries. Agriculture has progressed by leaps and bounds after independence. यानी कि इंडिया का जो एग्रीकल्चर है काफ़ी उतार चढ़ाव आज़ादी के बाद देखे हैं. Now in India is guiding the developing nations in Indian industrial technology. So dear students, you have already studied about the Gujarat agriculture, industry and transportation in standard 6. So now let's recall, you have to recall the knowledge of standard 6, and this activity is for you. You have to write the crops grown in Gujarat, write the industries of Gujarat. So now let's see agriculture in India. Agriculture, Indian farmers crops grown into three ways. Which are the three ways? Which are the three systems developed in India? So first is the natural, normal or unirrigated agriculture. Second one is dry farming. The third one is irrigation farmings. So unirrigated agriculture, which are the crops grown through this unirrigated agriculture, we see in this first topic. So first one is sorghum and millet. You know about the agriculture which is dependent on monsoon is called a normal or unirrigated agriculture, and the crops are as follow: sugar, sorghum and millet. Millet are grown in arid regions. Sorghum is grown in Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Then millet is grown in Rajasthan, mostly in Rajasthan, Gujarat, then Maharashtra, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Rajasthan is the largest producer of bajra in India. Here the map given to you for better understanding which are the crops grown in India, where it plays, you have to observe and understand. So here things to know for you. India holds the first positions in the cultivation of millet. Then the second crop is corn. Corn is used as grain as fodder for animals, यानी कि पशुओं को खाने का चारा के लिए भी कॉर्न यूज होता है, उसके दाने, और हम भी इसका यूज करते हैं. इट इज मेनली ग्रोन इन कर्नाटका, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, आंध्र प्रदेश एंड मध्य प्रदेश. एंड थर्ड क्रॉप्स इज ग्राउंडनट. Remember one thing, all these crops are normal and unirrigated agriculture considered. So groundnut requires less rain to grow. Gujarat is the leading producer of groundnut in India. It is also grown in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. 50% of the edible oil is extracted from groundnut. Now the second system of the farming is you have to list out and write in your notebook, divided into three parts. The first one is normal and unirrigated agriculture, third is dry farming, and the second one is irrigation farming. So you can easily remember these things. Do the dry farming. What is the dry farming? मीन्स होता है यहाँ पे सूखी खेती, जहाँ पे मॉनसून यानी बारिश कम होती है, वहाँ पे जब भी बारिश होती है तब उसका पानी संग्रह करके यानी रखा जाता है. उसके लिए रिजर्वायर, वेरियस टैंक्स अवेलेबल वहाँ पे बनाए जाते हैं और होते हैं. उस पानी से हम खेती बाड़ी कर सके, सिंचाई कर सके, उसको कहते हैं हम सूखी खेती. एंड द ड्राई फार्मिंग इज प्रैक्टिस्ड इन सच एरियाज. वीट grows well in such areas. Then third one is irrigation farming. So let's see one video about the irrigation farming. So after watch this video, you can easily understand about the irrigation farming.
Modern irrigation. We have different modern techniques of irrigation. Let us learn about this one by one. Furrow irrigation. Water is allowed to enter the field through channels or furrows that are made between two rows of crops. Crops such as tomatoes, leafy vegetables and grapes are grown using this method of irrigation. Basin irrigation. A basin is formed by surrounding a flat piece of land with low walls made of mud. It is then flooded with water so that the roots of the crops are submerged in the water. Paddy, for example, grows best when its roots are completely underwater. Sprinkler irrigation. The water is dispersed through sprinklers which have perpendicular pipes with rotating nozzles on top. The pipes are joined to the main pipeline at regular intervals. When water is pumped through the main pipe, under pressure, it escapes out from the rotating nozzles in the form of rain. Drip irrigation. In this type of irrigation, the water is made to trickle or fall down, drop by drop, near the roots of the plants. This method ensures a minimum wastage of water. It is useful in places where water is not easily available.
So what is irrigation farming? Hope you understand through this video. The land where the farming is done through the irrigation, यानी कि सिंचाई की जाती है, खेती सिंचाई के थ्रू, like wells, lakes, canals, etc. Hope you listened about the various lakes and canals. I hope you watched canals and lakes and wells is called irrigation farming. In India, on 30% of land, irrigation farming is carried out. It is a better for the farmers. So, which are the crops grown through irrigation farming? The first one is sugarcane. India is the leading producer of the sugarcane in the world. Hot and humid climate. Which type of climate required for the sugarcane? The question is that the hot and humid climate is favorable for sugarcane. Mostly sugarcane is grown in Punjab, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Haryana, and Tamil Nadu. Then the second crop is cotton. I hope you seen the cotton. Cotton crops takes a 6 to 8 months to get ready. The sky should be clear when it is harvested. It is mainly grown in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, and Punjab. Here, things to know for you. Punjab is the leading producer of wheat, जिसे गेहूं का कोठार भी कहा जाता है, गेहूं का कोठार. It is called wheat bowl of India. Wheat bowl of India. Beside Punjab, it is grown in Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. Bhalia wheat of the Bhal region, Gujarat, is very famous, which is certain district. Do you know about the district? Ahmedabad. Bhalia wheat. The Bhal region of the Gujarat is very famous. Oil is extracted from cotton seed. It is called cotton seed oil. We eat kapas til and cotton oil. Then jute. Jute crops take 8 to 10 months to get ready. The harvested stems of the jute fiber is first tied together and soaked in water to soften. The fibers are then stripped from the stalks in the long stands and washed in clear, running water. Then they are hung up or sprayed on thatched roof to dry. Jute in the West Bengal, Assam, Bihar, and Odisha. Then paddy. Paddy is an important crop of India. It is the staple diet of most of the Indians. It is grown in West Bengal, Bihar, Punjab, Assam, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Gujarat. Then plantation. When certain crops are grown in garden method, and taken care of as a garden, it is called plantation. It includes tea, coffee, fruit orchards, vegetables, coconut palms, etc. So tree is grown through plantation. Tea. Tea is grown on the slope of the mountain. Tea is grown on the slope of the mountain. Where the forests are cleared, water lounging near the roots of the tea plants is harmful for the plantations. That is why it is grown on the mountain slopes. Mostly Assam produced maximum teas. Beside Assam, tea is produced in West Bengal, Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Here just things to know about for you. India is the leading producer of the tea in the world. Discovery of the coffee plant. Kaldi daily took his goat for grazing. He was fed up with the flockling of goats. One day, how were the discovery of the coffee plant? There's a little bit story about that. So Kaldi daily took his goats for grazing. He was fed up with the flockling of the goats. One day he ate the fruit of the plant which his gods were eating, and he also fed felt fresh. Thus, he introduced coffee to the world. Coffee is produced in Karnataka, in Kurg district. Kurg is a certain area where coffee is grown. Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. Now then, irrigations. So monsoon in India is very irregular. That is why various irrigation systems are required. And the various rivers, canals and lakes and wells are useful for the farmers. So irrigations. So monsoon in India is irregular and uncertain. Most of the states experience scanty rainfall for a short period of time. Due to uncertain rainfall, more than one crop is rarely grown on the entire portion of the land. Hence, to increase agriculture production, irrigation is necessary. So, why irrigation is necessary? Because the uncertainty of the monsoon. That is why irrigation is necessary. So, here the map given in your textbooks, the various rivers of India. So this is helpful for the Indian farmers for better cropping.